Your time spent 10 years
Yes.
in the Air Force.
Army.
I'm sure that prepared you in a big way for what you're doing now. Can you talk a little bit about?
Of course. So I never share the fun side of the story, right? But in the army, when I first joined the military, I was 18. Remember, I said what I was doing at 18, my son is not doing at 18, right? So I joined the U.S. Army when I was 18 years old, right out of high school. And I think it was like the third day we were in the basic camp, we had to go through the gas chamber. And the gas chamber was, you put on your mask, you head into this room that has these gases, and it's like a choking agent type of thing. And I don't want the military to sound like, oh my goodness, they were trying to like take you out, Nadia. No, it is just building up your stamina, right?
Mhm.
And I was so scared. I was so scared, like, oh my goodness, what if I don't make it out of there? And you always I had this self-doubt, like, I am not going to make this. I'm going to drop the mask. I'm going to do something that's going to make me mess up, right? So all the while I was very nervous in going in there. So we went into the gas chamber, and it was, three of my battle buddies, and we just had to say our name, our rank, our social, and then we can get to put our mask back on. So we all three was like, listen, we're going to go in there, we're going to get this done, and we're going to come out. Nobody drop a mask or anything, okay? So of course we were in there. We was, as you take, I mean, you have a whole plan, and I know the military taught me a lot. Like, you're gonna have a plan that you crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's, and when it's time for execution of that plan, something may go left that you didn't even plan for, right? So we went into the gas chamber, dropped the mask, said what we had to say, and then as we were getting to walk out, one of my friends dropped her mask. And in the military, it teaches you about teamwork. We're not an individual in the military. We leave nobody behind. We make sure everybody comes out with you, right? I guess that's how I ended up starting this whole networking thing, right? That's how I learned how to network. But we helped her pick up her mask, and we got out of the gas chamber. And I mean, we eyes burning, don't touch your eyes, and your skin is burning, and it's like, you're panicking. And then about after 5-10 minutes, everything goes away. But after those 10 minutes of recovering from going through what I went through in there, you couldn't tell me later on that there's nothing that I cannot accomplish if I don't put my mind to it, right? And that was my moment of, okay, so what's next? What are we doing next? Is it the rifle? Are we going hiking? I mean, what are we doing? Because I felt empowered, right? So knowing that I was able to get through a challenging time where I really had a lot of self-doubt, and knowing that I could have gotten through that made me know that whatever comes in my way, I just need to, figure it out and move forward from it. And that has always taught me to, how to deal with life's challenges.
In the military, they talk about a can-do attitude, right?
Mm,
And that's a big deal, and especially in the pursuit of one's purpose.
yes.
That can do is an important component. So
Absolutely.
we're coming close to the end of our conversation today,
Yes.
about purpose. What is that one takeaway that you would like for our listeners to take away from this conversation that we're having about purpose? What is that one thing that you think is going to be most instrumental in their lives?
Absolutely. A great question. And the one thing I want you to take away from this message that you're listening to, it from me, is if you are sitting in a moment of not understanding what your purpose is, you need to take a quiet moment to figure out what that is. Because trust me, you're going to feel fulfilled when you figure out what your purpose is. But if you wake up every morning and you are in a fog, you're not too sure of what to do next, and you feel like I could do this, but then this may happen, or I could do that and something else may happen, I want you to try. Try to do whatever it is that you think that you may fail at. Because when I learned a long time ago, failing is part of the journey. Because if you fail, you will know what not to do next and figure out what you can do after. So failing is part of the journey. Never feel like, oh, I failed this, failed to get something accomplished, and then you put it to the side. No, why did you fail? Analyze the situation. Analyze what you could have done better. Again, don't do the definition of insanity, which is do it all over again the exact same way. Change something. Figure out what made you fail at first. Is it procrastination? Is it that you didn't implement a certain structure within the journey of your business or in your life? Right? It doesn't always have to be business owners that I'm talking to. Is it that you failed at something that you wanted to accomplish but didn't in life? Right? And again, not just business. But sit for a moment. For me, I always have to take a moment of quietness. Like on a Sunday, that's my quiet moment. Like no one can reach me on a Sunday uh, in order for me to regroup for the week ahead, right? And staying quiet will help you analyze where you need to go next. Because trust me, by the time you figure out that you're living, you want to live in your purpose, you're going to feel fulfilled. And if you're not feeling fulfilled, do something about it. Because living on a day-to-day basis, feeling fulfilled is an accomplishment.
So embedded in the lesson that you'd like our listeners to take away is, what did I learn from this experience that I can carry forward?
Exactly. Exactly.
And that's an important lesson. And indeed, that is exactly how we should look at almost everything, even the things that we're doing well.
Exactly. Absolutely.
What is here for me to learn to make me
even better, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Is there any closing remarks that you'd like to add?
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Dr. Lex, for this particular project that you have started. I'm not sure how this become you implemented this or where you got the vision from. Hopefully it was sitting quietly one moment and the word came to you, right? But it is definitely an amazing project that you have going. It is a powerful word of purpose. I'm so happy that you chose the word purpose, because it even made a difference for me just to think about, just how to implement that word in my life and in my circle. So thank you so much for having me on your platform. This amazing time with you, and to talk to your audience about living on purpose, and continue the amazing work that you are doing, whether it is with this project or other projects that you're working on. I know you always dive into the community. I know that is your purpose, because your purpose is to dive into this community and help the underprivileged. So I'm definitely there to assist, whenever you need a helping hand, of course. But thank you so much for starting this project. And I know it's going to go far and it's going to make a difference. And people who are hearing the words that are coming from each one of your guests are going to be touched. And we're going to see a lot of people coming out thanking you for this particular project.
And I really and truly thank you for saying that and for supporting some of the other initiatives that you talk about that were involved. We that's what we do. So, well, Nadia, I want to thank you for joining me today on the A Collision with Purpose project Under the Spotlight. Your insights will undoubtedly add immense value to the conversation about purpose. I tell you this, I am looking forward to having you back under the spotlight to continue our conversation about purpose. Because as we continue to grow, as you continue to grow, you'll be expanding your purpose. Your purpose will be grown. So there's much more for us to talk about
Absolutely.
purpose. So I am going to extend an open invitation for you to come back on this program. Do you accept?
I definitely do. Thank you.
Thank you, Nadia. I really appreciate that. So folks, this brings us to the end of this edition of the A Collision with Purpose project Under the Spotlight. If you're like most individuals and would like to have a better understanding of your purpose, then please submit your short video speaking on the topic of purpose to acollisionwithpurpose@gmail.com. If you are so inclined and you would like to participate in an interview like this one with Nadia, then submit your request to participate in an interview to acollisionwithpurpose@gmail.com. Please note that your video submission will be posted on our social media platforms. That is it for now, and blessings all.